Survival. Yeah, that's survival. Sweet too. Survival. You know how to survive like in like if the power and everything was to go off for like a day or two or three.
Hmm.
You know how to survive like in the woods and stuff, right?
No, see, you going too far. I can survive in my house with no electricity and no water for a few days. Not out in the woods. I ain't say all of it. I wouldn't find myself in the woods nowhere.
I could survive like if you put me, shout out to my parents who put me through summer camp for 2 years as a kid. I could survive going like if I'm hiking or something, I could survive. I know how to get water out the like the river and whatnot.
What if there's no river close?
First off, I'm always gonna go near the water because I like being in the water. But we go. You know what? We gonna have some survival tips for y'all because obviously somebody can't survive out in the wild.
I would never be in the wild to have to survive. First of all,
she is dependent on electricity and civilization.
No, I'm not. I'm the first one to walk around this mug with no lights on. What are you talking about?
That's not surviving. That's just not paying your light bill.
No, that's keeping it low.
But I can't see in the dark anywhere.
You can't see with the lights on.
I can see. Anyhow,
take your glasses off.
That's the second video you told me to take my glasses off. No, I look handsome with my glasses on. Thank you very much.
Nobody said that you didn't.
We gonna get. You know what?
You just can't see without them.
I can see. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
You know what?
Velma.
You know what?
I can't see without my glasses.
You know what? Let's start the damn show. What's up, Colliders? Welcome back to another episode here of Worlds Collide. That's Ms Diva Talks.
What's up, y'all?
I'm the kid JW. As you guys can see, I can see her. I can see y'all. Here we go. So we go dive into this. I can see though. You see, I can see. Anyhow, so we go dive right on into this video.
The camera's right there.
I'm looking at the camera. We're gonna get into it with the survival tips in the wild. Okay, because I can see. So we'll get into the video on how to survive with basic survival skills. Let's go and take a look, shall we?
For Daily Ask Reddit. People of Reddit, what is a surprisingly unknown survival fact that everyone should know? If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss our daily videos. You can squeeze relatively safe water out of moss. Obviously you should still boil it, and it's going to have some dirt, but it's way better than drinking out of a steam or puddle. You can remove the top of your car seats to break the windows of your car in case you can't open the doors. Especially useful if you drive into a lake or something like that. It's important to note that you don't just swing the headrest at the window, it'll just bounce off. You have to wedge the metal down where the glass meets the door and pry it. The pressure will shatter the glass. Then you can use a headrest or something else in the car to clear the glass without cutting your hands up. Most subway platforms have a space for a person to crawl under in case they fall on the subway's tracks. So if you fall off the edge of the platform and onto the tracks, instead of trying to climb back up, if you see a train coming, there's a crawl area underneath. It might be tight and you'll certainly get dirty, but better than dying. To come to mind, hypothermia can strike extremely quickly, even when temps are well above freezing. In fact, it's said that more people die of hypothermia in summer than in winter. I've experienced it several times. Wind and a sudden cold rain are the common denominator. Here's a great first-hand story of a guy who experienced hypothermia on a 100-degree day in Virginia. So even in the summer, be very careful about hypothermia, particularly if you're going into higher elevations. The vast majority of people I see on day hiking trails seem to be completely unprepared for any change in weather. They're worried about bears, but not about rain. Totally backwards. Here in North America, hypothermia is almost always the greatest danger when you're doing stuff in the outdoors. When I'm doing a multi-day backpack or canoe/kayak trip, I always pack a set of dry, non-cotton thermal underwear and wool socks in a small dry sack, not to be touched unless everything else is soaked and I'm shivering. To date, that's happened twice, and I've been extremely grateful to have it. Short hikes are, in my experience,
No, I'm still gonna give a damn about bears. Just the same if I'm hiking. I'm still gonna care about bears. But I get what he's saying though. They know what I'm saying.
Okay.
the most dangerous. This is because we tend to not take them as seriously. A person going on a 2-hour hike will likely not pack much, may not take a map or even really consult a map, may not tell anyone where they're going, etc. They may think that a liter of water and their cell phone is basically all that they need. All it takes for disaster to strike is getting off the trail and getting turned around and or for an ankle or leg to get broken. Throw in dampness and a miserable night of shivering hypothermia can strike at temps well above freezing, especially if you're wet, and suddenly that person is substantially weakened, less than 24 hours after setting out. Here in the PNW, it happens all of the time. Somebody will venture off of a well-established day hiking trail, not respecting the fact that it's a rugged semi-wilderness all around them, and they'll get turned around and suddenly find that their phone lost coverage in all of those mountains. They'll start wondering. They'll do something stupid like follow the river to civilization, which in the mountains is generally horrible advice. And cue the rescue team. I'd consider myself a veteran hiker slash backpacker, but I once got turned around on a crazy simple day hike. Ended up not getting back to my car until well after dark. After that experience, I made a simple survival kit in an all-gene bottle, essentially, the bare minimum that I'd need to reliably survive a few days on my own, and I always throw it in my backpack on even the shortest trails. If you're trapped in an extremely cold environment, a rudimentary igloo will keep you relatively warm. If you're smart about it, they keep eating fairly well. However, always be sure to mark where you are with something that won't get covered in snow, so if rescue comes they don't miss you in the snow. You don't need to actually build an igloo, that's a lot of work. In Norway we learn that if you get caught out in a blizzard, dig a cave in the snow and seal it with a block of snow as best you can. The ability to weave, looked at as more of a craft than a survival skill. But my grandma taught me that if you can weave you can make clothing, shoes, traps, shelter, etc. with nothing more than the vegetation on hand. This was hammered home later when watching that show with naked survival people. The guy harassed the girl because she spent most of the first 2 days weaving, but in the end he had to be taken out because he was sick, yet there she was having crab for dinner. I've got two. If you are ever caught in a rip current, swim perpendicular to it. If you swim into it, you will die. If you let it carry you out to sea and aren't a strong swimmer, you will die. If anyone ever is trying to get you to a second location via abduction, fight like hell and make a massive scene. Even if you are killed on the spot, that's better than whatever they've got in store for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was always told that. It's better for them to kill you right there than take you off somewhere and do God knows what to you. Not now we can't find you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you ain't have any. And then all them other ones, like I would never find myself hiking.
I like to go out like hiking on trails and stuff though.
Well, yeah, that's you. But see, you share your location, so
Yeah. Plus we got T-Mobile. And T-Mobile you have satellite texting and messaging and calling. So
I'll just start link.
it's T-Mobile. So yeah, so we don't say that name around here. Um yeah. So shout out to
You
them.
might be getting recorded.
Hopefully. So we don't, because that way, if I'm lost somewhere, help, you know.
As always, colliders, if you enjoyed this reaction, go ahead and hit the like button, share with someone you think would like it as well. If you want to check out this YouTuber's YouTube channel, where, of course, this video for yourself, the links, of course, will be in the description below, along with where you can follow me and the official JW on our own YouTube platforms.
And as y'all see, I can see without my glasses on. Well, I got them on now.
As he has them on now.
I have them on now, but I did the intro good. On that note, y'all, stay safe, share your location, don't go hiking and don't tell nobody. Later, y'all.
Bye, y'all.